Veston here, and now it's time for the top 5 Pokemon Advanced Challenge episodes. This season is where things get interesting. And I mean really interesting. Halfway through the season, some of the classic voice actors for the dub moved to California to pursue dubbing careers elsewhere. People like Megan Hollingshed and Tara Sands have gone to the West Coast to seek their fortunes, their futures. Of course, Tara still did a few new characters for this season, but by that time she was mostly committed to hosting Cartoon Network's Friday block during the mid-2000s. Nurse Joy, however, except for Love at First Flight, was recast. Beginning with this season, Nurse Joy's voice was provided by Erica Schroeder, to great effect in my opinion. Other than that, there's not a lot of nitpicks I could say about this one. So it took me throughout the next few months to think about what episodes I should rank on this list, but the wait is worth it. Now, without further ado, here are the top 5. Story at number 5 is Who's Flying Now? Ash and his friends reach Four Tree City, where Ash is ready to get his next gym badge. But before he can, he and the others discover that there's a carnival going on in town. And who should be there but the gym leader herself, Winona, voiced by Amy Birnbaum. Ash and the gang decide to spend their day at the festival, which means the gym battle will have to be postponed until tomorrow. Elsewhere, Team Rocket has learned about the special kind of Pokemon that lives in the Hoenn region named Chimecho, who has the ability to heal any Pokemon or humans who are injured. After a brief run with a Magikarp salesman, where he got tricked into buying a Hoppip, James finds a real Chimecho and claims it as his own. And Chimecho's cute looks are leveled up when you got the harmonious vocals of Suzanne Goldish coming out of that Pokemon. Suzanne Goldish, for anyone curious, is a voice actress who also worked as an audio engineer when 4Kids began dubbing Pokemon in-house. Suzanne is best known to a lot of people as the voice of Chris in Sonic X. Anyways, with Chimecho now, Team Rocket decides to steal every flying Pokemon there are in the Four Tree City, as well as Ash's Pikachu and Swellow. But Winona and her Skarmory send Team Rocket blasting off yet again, and the episode ends with a terrific fireworks display. Now this was amazing. Like last season, it shows that even gym leaders do other things than just doing Pokemon battles. In this case, Winona loves participating in the city's annual carnivals by giving the kids rides in her Skarmory. I would love to ride on her Skarmory if I could. Eating its way at number 4 is Gulpin' It Down. While on a lunch break in a nearby city, the gang's lunch gets interrupted by a Gulpin. After helping an unfortunate peer being surrounded by a pack of Gulpin, Officer Jenny comes to the rescue and takes Ash and his friends to the local Pokemon Center. There, they meet a man named Professor Jacuzzi. He has been studying Gulpin for 50 years. He's voiced by the late Matty Blaustein. He's trying to figure out how he can stop the Gulpin infestation in the city. And so, Ash and the others agree to help him out. The best part of the episode was Professor Jacuzzi's accident of turning Gulpin and Ash's Trico into giant 50 feet tall monsters. But despite being giant, Trico took the Gulpin down to size. Pun intended. While Trico may have returned back to normal size, Gulpin has not. So Professor Jacuzzi uses a heavy ball to catch the giant Gulpin. What's he going to do with it? I don't know, but because of his 50 years of studying Gulpin, he'll find a way to tame Gulpin. Now this was amazing. By this point in the series, Matty Blaustein had only voiced Meowth and no other character. But this was a major exception. She was the best choice to voice Professor Jacuzzi, in my opinion. What's also cool is that instead of Growlithe, Officer Jenny relies on her grass Pokemon, Meganium, Tangela, and Parasect to fight off bad guys. It's cool to see Officer Jenny uses other types of Pokemon. It's also worth pointing out this is her only appearance in the event's challenge, and alongside Destiny Deoxys, this was the very last time the league would provide her voice. Though she hasn't done any new Pokemon roles as of late, she certainly isn't retired. All I could say about this episode was that it was a nice way to end the era of Lee Quick's role as Officer Jenny. Well done, guys. Number 3 is a hot one. Poetry Commotion. Ash and his friends arrive at Laveridge Town, best known for their hot springs and where people bury themselves in the sand to relax. And they arrive at Laveridge Gym, and the gym leader is a teenage girl named Flannery, voiced by Lisa Ortiz. Cool casting on their part for such a tomboy like her. There is a catch, though. Flannery had just taken over the Laveridge Gym from her grandfather, Mr. Moore, who had quit the gym leading business to be a poet. And she had a lot to learn about the ways of being a gym leader. So, with Ash and the others' help, she could learn how to be as good as her grandfather. Spoiler alert, Mr. Moore secretly kept helping Flannery in some of these cases. Meanwhile, Team Rocket has arrived at the same time, too, and they see that Flannery has a Torkoal. Without hesitation, they decide to kidnap the Torkoal. Thankfully, though, with Moore's help, with his Typhlosion, one of Flannery's Slugma evolving to Macargo, they fire Team Rocket and they blast them away. And the gang celebrates with a relaxing burial in the sand as they prepare for tomorrow's gym battle. This is the second countdown I've done where a character voiced by Lisa Ortiz has been present. I don't know if it's a coincidence or it's because her characters always have the strongest stories. At number 2, we have A Scare to Remember. Another run with Team Rocket causes Ash to be separated from Pikachu and Meowth from Team Rocket. The gimmick this time around is that Pikachu gets amnesia. How, you may ask? Well, Team Rocket's recyclable machine gets blown up. Meow sees that Pikachu doesn't remember anything and seizes his opportunity to get Pikachu to join Team Rocket. One of the highlights of this episode was Meowth and Pikachu's friendship together. It shows that even though Pikachu has amnesia and both of them are rivals, they sometimes can get along with each other nicely. Especially when Pikachu protects Meowth and Zigzagoon from an angry Beedrill. But of course, the most memorable part is Ash's determination to get Pikachu back to his side. Now, we had stories focused on Brock, May, and Max throughout the most of the season. But this was perhaps Ash at his finest. When Ash gets onto the Team Rocket balloon, James makes Pikachu use Thunderbolt, but it sends them flying, and Ash chases Pikachu down the raging river as the song You Don't Remember plays. After regaining consciousness, Pikachu licks Ash's face, which means that the shocking watery experience got his memory back. And with that out of the way, Pikachu blasts Team Rocket away for using them. Now, this is perhaps one of the most touching episodes of the season. Ash's friendship with Pikachu is really emphasized in the story. But isn't it weird that Team Rocket did their motto twice in this episode? But what could be more of a great story than that? And the number one Pokemon Advanced Challenged episode is the Togepi story arc, the Princess and the Togepi, and a Togepi Barrage. In this story, Ash and his friends meet up with their old friend Misty. She and her Togepi have just arrived at the nearest building for some sort of Togepi convention. Misty, however, gets kidnapped by Team Rocket by order of Colonel Hansen, voiced by Mark Thompson. As it turns out, it was all just a trick to get Misty to come to the Mirage Kingdom, where all the Togepi are celebrated. And to prove how evil Hansen is about this, he sticks Shedinja and Ninjask on our heroes, making Misty frightful. But when she, May, and Max are cornered by Shedinja, she snaps out of it and tries to fight back using Corsola, but to no avail. Oh well, at least she tried. Once Shedinja powers another solar beam, it sends Togepi flying and landing near a garden, where Princess Sarah, voiced by Tara Sands, tends the fields. She spots the Togepi and decides to nurse it after its encounter with Shedinja. Misty encounters the kingdom, and her friends meet the people who live there, and they explain about why the Togepi are celebrated, because they're a symbol for years in the kingdom. But with Colonel Hansen after our heroes and betraying Team Rocket, can Misty protect her Togepi from harm? Well, the spoilers end here. You'll have to watch to see for yourself. But I will mention what happened during all this. Just a little bit. The gag where we see Misty grab Brock by the ear has returned, which of course gets Max to fall pursuit in later episodes whenever Brock meets a pretty girl. Not a good thing if you ask me. And of course, after the events of Cerulean Blues, Misty is brave enough to carry Gyarados around with her. And get this, folks, Gyarados can actually use Flamethrower. Jumpin' jelly beans. Whoever thought a water Pokemon could have fire attacks too? I guess when you try your best to train the atrocious Pokemon, Gyarados could be the most powerful Pokemon there is. And of course, Misty's Togepi has evolved into Togetic, and she released it to live in the Mirage Kingdom. Though as the animate art from Misty's longtime Pokemon partner, in many ways is a new beginning, because the next time we see her, she'll have a new Pokemon to carry around with. And that, my friends, are the top 5 Pokemon Advanced Challenge episodes. It's going to take me a while to do a Pokemon Advanced Battle, so please be patient. But to pass the time, I do have plans for another countdown for another anime, but I'm not telling. It's a surprise. Until then, let me know in the comments what are your favorite Pokemon Advanced Challenge episodes. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts. Until then, this is Veston saying thank you and goodbye.